So, just to highlight a bad week of Russian foreign policy and foreign involvement, three major summits are taking place right now, and Russia was not included in any of them. The first of which is the G7 summit, which used to be called the G8, and Russia was a part of it. Russia was expelled in 2014 after the annexation of Crimea. The next one is the Arab League summit, which is taking place in Saudi Arabia. Russia was asked not to attend. This is a summit that Russia used to have close ties with many members as a mediator, as well as economic ties. They would consistently attend on an annual basis the Arab League summit. They are not attending this year at the request of the Saudis. The Central Asian Summit, which is taking place in China, this one especially hurts Russia because this is a summit that Russia has chaired at times. It is also a summit that they have a major influence on because of the proximity and geographic location in Central Asia. China specifically asked Russia not to attend. That is significant because we've all seen what we believe to be somewhat tacit support of China of what Russia's doing, but it seems that China has taken a step back and has asked Russia to not attend the summit, not even have a symbolic representation there. No one is there. This is the first time the Central Asia Summit has taken place, and Russia was not involved at the request of China, no less. So this is really how you see a foreign power disappear from the world stage. The Central Asia Summit is quite a big disaster for Moscow. There's a lot of policy, a lot of deals made in this summit that Russia used to be involved in. And now, because of their adventurism and war crimes in Ukraine, they're being asked to sit out of many of these summits, including some that take place in their own backyard. So, side note, real quick before I close out, what Xi Jinping is doing right now in China with the Central Asia Summit is quite brilliant. He sees a weakened Russia. He sees the Russian orbit dissipating with these Central Asian nations. So China is trying to step in and bring them into the Chinese sphere of influence. Russia used to have these as former Soviet bloc nations or absolutely just within the sphere of influence of Russia. But as Russia's orbit gets smaller and smaller due to its terrible practices on the international stage and weakening itself, China is stepping in to woo these countries away. And that is absolutely what Xi Jinping is doing right now, and he's not even hiding it. This is boding very badly for Russia with regard to countries that used to be aligned more with Russia, now potentially being wooed away to China's sphere of influence.